Welcome to another episode of Rithu the Explorer travel vlog. Cotswolds, a timeless escape into England's picturesque countryside. Rolling hills, honey-colored villages, and centuries-old charm define this enchanting region. From iconic postcard-perfect spots to hidden gems, we explored a landscape straight out of a storybook. With medieval wool churches, traditional craftsmanship, and a slower pace of life, the Cotswolds offers a truly quintessential British experience. Nestled in the heart of England, the Cotswolds enchants with its rolling hills, honey-colored limestone villages, and timeless charm. Steeped in history, its medieval wool trade wealth is reflected in grand manor houses and picturesque stone cottages. Designated an Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty, AONB, in 1966, the Cotswolds is one of England's most picturesque regions. Spanning 6 counties, Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, Warwickshire, Wiltshire, Worcestershire, and Somerset, it covers nearly 800 square miles. Known for its rolling hills, historic villages, and honey-colored limestone buildings, it remains a top scenic destination in the UK. Bibury, a village that William Morris once called the most beautiful in England. At its heart stands Arlington Row, a row of 14th century cottages once featured inside UK passports. It remains an enduring symbol of the Cotswolds' timeless beauty. These honey-colored buildings, with their steep pitched roofs and leaning chimneys, were originally built as a monastic wool store before being converted into weavers' cottages in the 17th century. Walking along the gentle curve of Arlington Row feels like stepping back in time. The cottage's weathered stone walls are draped with climbing roses and wisteria, while tiny windows peek out from under ancient slate roofs. The clear waters of the River Colne flow peacefully alongside, home to proud swans and darting trout. What strikes me most about Bibury is how this single row of cottages has become an icon of the Cotswolds, drawing photographers from around the world. Yet despite its fame, the village retains an authentic charm. Local residents still live in these historic homes, hanging out there washing and tending their cottage gardens, just as generations have done before them. Beyond Arlington Row, you'll find the enchanting Rack Isle, a boggy water meadow where weavers once hung their wool to dry. Today, it's a wildlife sanctuary, providing a peaceful contrast to the busy village center. And if you venture here early in the morning or at dusk, you might just have this most photographed spot in the Cotswolds all to yourself. The Swan at Bibury is a picturesque riverside hotel and pub set in the heart of one of the Cotswolds' most beautiful villages. Overlooking the tranquil River Colne, this ivy-clad 17th century coaching inn offers a cozy and elegant atmosphere with its roaring fireplaces, stylish rooms, and excellent dining. The restaurant serves seasonal British cuisine, while the bar is perfect for enjoying a local ale or afternoon tea. Just steps away from Arlington Row, the Swan is an ideal spot to relax and soak in Bibury's timeless charm. In the 2007 fantasy film Stardust, the picturesque village of Bibury in Gloucestershire was used as a filming location. Next, we visited Stow-on-the-Wold, a charming market town known for its historic square, honey-colored stone buildings, and vibrant antique shops. Perched high on a hill at the crossroads of several ancient trade routes, Stow-on-the-Wold has been a bustling market town since medieval times. As you navigate its narrow lanes, you'll find yourself transported to an era when wool merchants gathered here to strike their deals in what was once one of England's most important sheep markets. The town's market square, still the heart of local life, is surrounded by elegant townhouses and shops that speak to centuries of prosperity. But the real showstopper here is St. Edward's Church, with its mystical north door, flanked by ancient yew trees. Their gnarled trunks frame the doorway like something out of a fairy tale, leading some to speculate it inspired J.R.R. Tolkien's Doors of Moria in The Lord of the Rings. Today, Stow has reinvented itself as a treasure trove for antique hunters. The winding streets are lined with shops showcasing everything from fine English furniture to delicate porcelain. When hunger strikes, you're in for a treat. The town's pubs and restaurants serve up hearty Cotswold fare in historic settings. Castle Combe, a village so perfectly preserved it feels like stepping into a living postcard of medieval England. With its honey-colored Cotswold stone cottages, each one adorned with flowering window boxes, it's easy to see why this hidden gem is often crowned the prettiest village in England. At the heart of the village stands the Market Cross, a medieval monument that has witnessed centuries of local life. This weathered stone structure once served as the center of the village's thriving cloth trade, where merchants would gather to sell their wares. Nearby, a historic water pump stands as a relic of village life. Stroll to the medieval bridge over by Brook, where weavers once dyed wool. Along Water Street, ancient weavers' cottages form one of the Cotswolds' most photographed views. Spot the faceless clock on the church tower, a timeless feature since medieval days. Castle Combe's timeless beauty has made it a sought-after filming location, featuring in movies like Warhorse, Stardust, The Wolfman, and Dr. Dolittle, 1967. Its unspoiled medieval charm provides the perfect backdrop for period dramas and fantasy films, adding to its allure as one of England's most picturesque villages. Bourton-on-the-Water, aptly nicknamed the Venice of the Cotswolds. As you stroll into this enchanting village, you'll immediately understand why it earned such a romantic moniker. 5 graceful low stone bridges arch over the River Windrush as it flows gently through the heart of the village, creating a scene that's both peaceful and impossibly photogenic. The clear waters of the Windrush are so shallow that children often paddle in them during summer months. The riverbanks are lined with expansive greens where visitors can spread out picnic blankets or simply sit and soak in the village atmosphere. Ancient willows dip their branches into the water, creating perfect frames for those postcard-worthy photos. Early morning or late evening, the village feels magical as honey-colored stone buildings reflect in the still river. Just steps away, the Willow offers seasonal British cuisine in a cozy riverside setting. Along the main street, traditional Cotswold stone buildings, some dating to the Georgian and Victorian eras, preserve Bourton-on-the-Water's authentic charm. Just a mile from the bustle of Bourton-on-the-Water lie 2 of the Cotswolds' best-kept secrets, Upper and Lower Slaughter. Don't let their rather dramatic names fool you. These twin villages are actually among the most peaceful places you'll find in all of England. The name Slaughter comes from the Old English word slotra, meaning muddy place. Though today you'll find these villages anything but muddy. Lower Slaughter, with its 19th century watermill and its wheel still turning lazily in the crystal clear waters of the Eye Stream, feels like stepping into a fairy tale. And the gentle sound of water cascading over the wheel creates a soothing backdrop to village life. The Manor House, now a luxurious country house hotel, stands proudly amid immaculately maintained gardens. The 2020 film Emma, an adaptation of Jane Austen's novel, featured Lower Slaughter as one of its picturesque filming locations. Upper Slaughter, unlike its busier neighbors, has no pubs or shops, except for the Lords of the Manor Hotel, a luxury country retreat offering fine dining and a tranquil escape in the heart of the Cotswolds. The village remains uncommercialized, with its beauty centered around historic stone cottages, the River Eye, and the 12th century St. Peter's Church. For dining or shopping, visitors often head to nearby Lower Slaughter or Bourton-on-the-Water. Let me take you to Burford, often called the gateway to the Cotswolds, where the high street tumbles down a steep hill in a stunning showcase of medieval and Georgian architecture. The thoroughfare is lined with an irresistible array of antique shops, cozy tea rooms, and historic pubs, each building telling its own story through weathered stone and ancient timber frames. Keep an eye out for the magnificent parish church of St. John the Baptist, whose spire has watched over the town since the 15th century. Just a short drive away lies Cirencester, the unofficial capital of the Cotswolds. This bustling market town has been a significant settlement since Roman times, when it was known as Carinium and was second only to London in importance. Today, you can still feel that historical weight as you wander through its narrow streets and alleyways. The market square, dominated by the magnificent parish church of St. John the Baptist, with its elaborate perpendicular Gothic architecture, continues to host markets as it has done for over 1,000 years. One of my favorite spots in Cirencester is the Stump, a characterful pub housed in what was once a 17th century coaching inn. Here, beneath ancient beams and beside crackling fires, you can sample local ales and traditional pub fare while soaking in the atmosphere that centuries of visitors have enjoyed before you. The name comes from an old elm tree stump that once stood outside, serving as a mounting block for horse riders, a delightful piece of local history that perfectly captures the charm of this ancient market town. In the town center, don't miss the Carinium Museum, which houses one of the largest collections of Romano-British artifacts in the country. The museum's stunning mosaics and everyday objects provide a fascinating glimpse into life during the Roman occupation. The narrow lanes radiating from the market square are filled with independent shops, cafes, and galleries, making Cirencester a perfect blend of historical significance and modern market town vitality. For a truly authentic taste of the Cotswolds, I recommend venturing off the typical tourist trail to discover some unique local experiences. One of my favorite finds was the Cotswold woolen weavers in the village of Filkins. Here, in a beautiful 18th century building, you can witness the art of traditional textile making and learn about the wool trade that built the Cotswolds. The workshop still uses historic techniques to create stunning woolens, and the small museum offers fascinating insights into this centuries-old craft. Nearby, Filkins Stone Company showcases the Cotswolds' rich stone heritage, crafting high-quality limestone products using traditional techniques. Known for its beautifully carved fireplaces, flooring, and architectural features, the company preserves the region's craftsmanship while catering to modern designs. A visit offers a glimpse into the timeless art of working with Cotswold stone. Just a few miles away in Cowley, you can embark on one of the most delightful experiences the region has to offer, alpaca walks. These gentle creatures make perfect hiking companions as you traverse the rolling hills and ancient footpaths. The handlers share wonderful stories about their alpacas' distinct personalities while teaching you about these fascinating animals. There's something wonderfully incongruous yet charming about walking with alpacas through quintessentially English countryside. Cotswold Alpacas produces soft, warm, and hypoallergenic alpaca wool, crafted into yarn, blankets, scarves, hats, and gloves from their own herd. Using traditional methods, they even taught us how to spin thread from raw wool. Their eco-friendly, naturally dyed products are available on-site and online, offering a sustainable piece of the Cotswolds to take home. We stayed in a charming cottage in Chedworth during our Cotswolds trip, and it was the perfect countryside retreat. This beautiful village, tucked among rolling hills, felt like a hidden gem with its timeless stone cottages, winding lanes, and peaceful atmosphere. Home to the famous Chedworth Roman villa, the village blends history with classic Cotswold charm. Waking up to the serene views and exploring the nearby footpaths made our stay truly special. Bath, while not officially part of the Cotswolds, sits on its southern edge and shares much of its charm with the region. Famous for its Roman baths, Georgian architecture, and honey-colored stone buildings, the city exudes timeless elegance. Bath Abbey, Royal Crescent, the Circus, and Pulteney Bridge stand as iconic landmarks, while the city's vibrant mix of independent shops, tea rooms, and cultural attractions create a perfect blend of history and modern charm. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Bath offers a rich experience for visitors exploring the Cotswolds and beyond. Bath, with its stunning Georgian architecture and historic landmarks, has been a popular filming location for many movies. Notable films shot here include Bridgerton, 2020, Les Miserables, 2012, The Duchess, 2008, and Vanity Fair, 2004. Iconic spots like the Royal Crescent, Bath Abbey, and Pulteney Bridge have provided a perfect backdrop for period dramas and historical films. As our Cotswolds adventure comes to a close, we take with us memories of charming villages, rolling hills, and timeless stone cottages. From historic streets to cozy pubs, this region truly feels like a journey back in time. If you enjoyed the trip, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more Cotswolds travel stories. Until next time, happy exploring.